on the flower, and of course distress the edges, and then here's more of this paper here. So like that. And then you can journal behind it, of course. You can journal on here. There's music notes. I'm not sure if you can see them. Here's another. I got a little carried away with the DearJulieJulie flip-flops. I love those. So you can journal here. You can journal here. Clarinet, that's what I used to play. My mother plays it. And journal here and here on this coffee dyed page. And then I have another piece of, I think this is actually from a thesaurus, and it says incentive inducement. I didn't choose that out specifically for those words. And then a corner pocket here, and another, oh, this is from the inside cover paper. So you can write on there, you can write on here, and that's in there. And of course, more music. Okay, so one of the requirements was a recipe card with a recipe. So how do you fit that into a music book? Well, I decided pack these for a concert in the park. Here's the picture. I got this, I took this off of a couple pages in a recipe book, mutilated my recipe book. No, I got the recipe book from the Dollar Tree specifically for this. Okay, and then I cut out the recipe, put it on here, distressed it, and then wrote little notes as if I had used it, like preheat 350, because I hate it when they don't tell you to preheat the oven ahead of time. You get down here to where you're supposed to bake it, and it says bake in a preheated oven, but they didn't tell you to preheat the stupid oven, and I don't think of that ahead of time. I know everybody else does, but I don't. I put 5 stars because it's a 5-star recipe, and the date. I wrote yummy. And then there's a place for you to write notes. You could either write notes about the recipe, or you could use this as a journaling card. And then must try for chewy breakfast bars, right? So there is my recipe card. We'll see if I can get it back in. You guys, I get really nervous when I do these, and so I'm shaking. Sorry. Okay, you can journal here. Here's another one of those stamps that I blew up. Look at that, some kind of organ, pipe organ, very cool. Okay, and it would be really pretty to use your white pen to journal there. And then here's, I think this was the first butterfly that I put in, or moth. Is it a moth or a butterfly? I think, I'm not sure. Anyway, I thought that was very pretty. And for some reason, it made me think of music. I don't know why, but then I got onto this whole butterfly kick and actually found some butterflies that had music on them. Okay, so here's a butterfly with a clock, and I made a collage with burlap and ribbon, lace ribbon, coffee dyed, coffee stained cheesecloth, and a little bead, and some of Bill's yarn. Okay, and then here's a gal playing a harp, and some butterflies with music, and another butterfly card with cheesecloth that I sewed between the layers. You can journal on that, and like I said, you can move these cards all around. You can use them outside of this book. If you want to put in some of your own stuff and there's not room, take out some of my cards, because I probably included too many, and use them somewhere else, like for gift tags or something. Or if you write on this and decide, oh, I want to have that on a different page where I'm writing something similar, you can just put it on that other page. Here's another of those stamps. Isn't that a cool instrument? I wish I knew what these were. I don't. And it's got, like, the writing is in Danish or something. I looked it up. I Googled some of the words and stuff, but I can't remember where it was. And here's a circle with music and a butterfly collage. Some more butterflies. Staff paper to write on. Okay, this is patchwork that I did with zigzag stitch all throughout it of some of the papers that I used throughout the book. And then on the back, might be a little hard to journal on because of all the zigzag stitches, but actually there's this guy, I will try to remember to link him below too. His name is Austin, but I can't remember his last name. And he makes really good junk journals. It's really cool. And his flip throughs are a lot of fun to watch. But he mentioned on a page that he had not quite this much stitching, but he had a lot of stitching. He said you could write like about one thing here and one thing here. And I was thinking on the small spaces that I have here, it'd be fun to like write a sentence here, and in these little places write a word that's really important to you, like dream or imagine or something, or a Bible verse reference or something. But that would be kind of cool way to journal on there. So that's a nod to Austin because I like his stuff and I thought that was a great idea. And so I kind of did that here with words to give you sort of an inspiration for doing that. So you can journal on this page, journal on here, but see, they're pretty even before you journal on them, right? Okay, and then here's a pocket with some cheesecloth. Oh, it's not a pocket, it's a tuck. So you could put something much bigger in it if you wanted to, but here's a tag with cheesecloth at the top. Room to write. There's the other half of my doily with a butterfly, and then just a pretty picture of eggs in a nest that I thought looked really cool there, so I glued it on. I do not know what this instrument is. I want to know. This is very, very cool, isn't it? Okay, and then I did a collage on this pocket. This is also junk mail from that magazine, from that junk mail that I had. And I guess it was a magazine. It was like a catalog. And so in this, I had run out of staples. I was going to staple paper in here, but I ran out of staples and I wasn't being patient to wait for my husband to get some from the store. He did get some the very next day for me, but I wasn't patient, so I poked holes in them, punched holes in them, and tied it with ribbon, which I think turned out kind of cool, right? And this way, it's easy to take these out because they're just a slip knot, and you can take these pages out without ruining them and write on them or use them for notes, you know, send to somebody else or shopping list or whatever. Okay. And that lace that I put on the coffee dyed paper, and a little cutout that I put on there, and this, and then this. We had to have a guest check, and I didn't have any guest checks, and I didn't have any money to buy a pad of guest checks, so I actually made my own on my computer. And this is for untried because I did not know how to make this on my computer, and so I fooled around with Google Docs and learned a couple new skills, and I made it. And see, I've got Threshold of Hineni down here, so it's like my own thing. And then, you know, Julie showed in her tutorial is how to use decoupage with a napkin, and this was my first attempt, and it turned out really cool looking. So I really like that. I'll do it again. And here's some music and a treble clef, and then this little concert notice in German, I think, and some music on the back, and plenty of room in that pocket. Most of these pockets have room for you to put more things. So let me, oh, the altered tag. Okay, I need to go through the alphabet and make sure that I hit everything. This was the altered tag that I quilted on. B was for bookmark, we hit that. C was for coloring book page. D was digital image. I've got those all throughout. Tons and tons of digital images. All of these pictures are digital images. An envelope, we hit that. Flip up, flip down. That was a quilted, what looked like an envelope. The guest check collage in the back. The hidden spot, we did that. An image from a magazine was one of my also junk mail things. It was from a magazine right there. And then a junk mail element. I have another piece from this to count for that one. A keeping place is just a place for you to keep things that other people might not notice. So that was, as well as being a hidden spot, but I have a couple of hidden spots. That was the keeping place I was counting as this one right here, with this little pocket that I don't think anybody would ever see. So it would be a great place to keep, like Julie said, passwords, or just, you know, like maybe some money or something. And, you know, if you were going to pass a journal like this on, you know, or just, you know, you leave it around when you die, right? You don't take it with you. So your kids or somebody finds it and they're looking through it, you know, it's like they might not discover the money that you put in here for generations, and it would be so cool when they discover it. I mean, even if it's just a dollar bill, it would be an old dollar bill, so it'd be very cool. Okay, so keeping place, lace. I've got tons of lace, music all throughout. Note card in the front, ombre element, pair of pockets, quilt block element, recipe card and recipe. Oh, stenciling. I do have stenciling on some pages. I did not point that out. Or did I? Oh dear. Okay, if I didn't, then I will. I might not have done that. I think I had checked it off because I started out in a different journal. So I'm going to stencil on one of these coffee stained pages. Okay, and I will include a picture of that in the Dear Julie Julie group because yeah, I don't think I did that in here. Wow. Okay. Torn page I have. Untried previously was my guest check, not the guest check itself so much as learning the new skills to make it. Vellum or tissue is that little shopping bag. Washi tape that I used on the side of that pocket, and there's some yellow washi tape someplace in here too that I didn't point out. Extra whatever. I have so many extras in here, you guys, I don't even know which thing to point out, but there are lots and lots of them. Oh, and I forgot to point out this with the tassels is some trim that I got for when I was making matzah covers for Passover, and I love it. So I included a little bit of that here. So that can be my extra thing. Yellow element, here's some yellow, but I know that wasn't the thing that I intended to be the yellow thing. I included some yellow washi tape in here someplace. And zigzag stitches. So I'm going to look through, and if I don't see any stenciling, then I will add that, and I will include a picture of that in the Dear Julie Julie place. I can't believe that I did not do that, but I think I had checked it off on my list because I had done it in the journal I had started out working on. Okay, so the stenciling is all that I need to do. This letter, which is on really fun paper, by the way, I will put in right here for you or your recipient to discover. And, oh yeah, and then the back has this cute little, there's music on here. This is actually that Hark Hark, the dogs do bark music on the background. And then here's a rose from you. Nice little cute vintage thing. And it's a, a printout that I printed out of vintage stuff. A digital printout. Okay, so anyway, that's it. And I will be posting this on Etsy sometime. Here's what the top looks like. Here's the front of it, and the bottom with all the fun little dangly stuff. All right, if you have any questions or anything, let me know, and I'll be posting this on Etsy sometime. I have several journals that I need to post that I've said like a month ago I was going to post, and I never did because it's like a real pain. It's not as much fun as making them. Somebody want to do the posts for me? Anyway, thank you for watching. I love you all. Bye-bye.